Hey everybody, welcome back. We are going to be doing another tutorial in Cricut Design Space on how to make a rhinestone template. Okay, so if you're new, I'm Tanya with yanxa.creations, and we like to try to do all things crafty here. So stick around, I promise it will be worth it. We're doing an ombre effect right here in Cricut Design Space. So let's head on. Be sure to check out my channel for other videos. I've been doing other videos where I'm showing you how to create new templates inside of Cricut Design Space. If this video proves useful, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And if you like this video and you want to see some more, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you. So let's jump right on over into Cricut Design Space and get this done. Okay, we're on a fresh page in Cricut Design Space. And to do our Ombre Rhinestone template today, we are not going to be using my hack. We are not going to be using the 8x8 or the 11x11 grid, but we are actually going to use a rhinestone font that I got from Creative Fabrica. I'm going to make some adjustments to it so that we can create an Ombre Rhinestone template. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up my text. So I wanted to say physics. So I want to wear this at our meet and greet at the start of the semester. So I teach physics at one of our universities. So we have a meet and greet. So this is going to be my t-shirt. So let's go ahead and bring up the rhinestone font. So the rhinestone font that I got from Creative Fabrica, I'll put the name of it on the screen, but it is saved here as RS02. RS02. And here it is. Okay. So there we go. We have our physics in using the rhinestone font, but we need to size it correctly. So this font can be used for any size rhinestone. So you can set it for SS6 all the way to SS20, but it depends on the font size. So if you check when you are downloading this file, you need to check what is the font size that will be required. So for SS10 rhinestones, we need to come up to font size here, and we need to set it to 241. All right, there we go. So at 241, this will fit SS10 rhinestones. So what I also like to do, I like to come over here to shapes, pick a circle, and for SS10 rhinestones, you will need this circle to be 0.123 inches. And there's our circle. So if we bring this circle down right by our font, we can see that 241 actually does give us the right size. So I'm going to go ahead and take my circle and put it over here because we're going to need it a little bit later. So I'm going to make duplicates of this circle to make any adjustments to this font that I would want so that we can get the ombre look. So what I'm going to show you is if you click on this font, you cannot contour it, okay? You can't contour it. But we need to be able to contour to give us that ombre look. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and select a rectangle or a square. Let's select our rectangle. And we now need to size our rectangle so that we can cover our font. So if you did not want to do the ombre effect, you are good to go with this font. You can go ahead and cut it, all right? You can go ahead and do that. But because we want to use two different colors, let's go ahead and we're going to select our text. And we are going to select our rectangle and we're going to slice. All right, so we have our slice. So let's go ahead. We can delete this one. All right. So this one, this is our slice. And actually, when you have sliced it away, either one of these can work. All right. So let's go ahead and hide this one just in case we need a backup. All right. Just in case we need a backup, we can hide it. Before, if you did not slice it, you would not be able to contour it. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and slice this again. All right. So let's get another rectangle. And we're going to just make it that big. And then we are going to, go ahead and so we're going to talk about why it's important for us to be able to contour it in a moment. So let's go ahead and we can split our design somewhere in the middle, wherever you would like to start the second color. So let's go ahead and we can bring it up. Just make sure that you are completely covering the holes. Okay. So let's go ahead and we have our rectangle selected already. So let's hold down Shift and we are going to select our text and we are going to slice it again. So this is pretty simple. So the only thing I was not able to figure out how to do is to get an outline. All right. I've tried many things and I could not figure out how to give it an outline. So although we're going to make an ombre text, we will not have the outline like you would be able to do inside of Silhouette Studio. All right. If you have any idea how I could create that outline, go ahead and let me know in the comments. So let's go ahead and delete that. And then we've got these two pieces. We can just delete one of them. And here are our two pieces. All right, so we are good to go. All right, we're good to go. So all we need to do is to select this portion of it. And we can change the color. So let us select a blue. Let's go with a blue on the bottom. And we're going to go with, okay, let's keep the top in a, let's choose this, burgundy. I can change the colors. Okay, so let's go with those colors. All right. So we are good. We have two colors, but we want it to be ombre. So what we're going to do is we are going to select the red. And this is where we are going to contour. So let's go ahead and get that done. So our physics is up. So just like when you're trying to do this in Silhouette Studio, you are going to just randomly select some of these holes to be the color, to be the second color. All right. So what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and we're going to select in the physics which one of the rhinestones we want to change out. And in order to do that, what we're going to do is to remove some of these. So because we are in Cricut Design Space and we are using this font, we can't actually, so in Silhouette Studio, you can ungroup all the holes. Okay, you can't do that here. So what you would have to do is to contour them. So let's go ahead and change some of these. So that's gone. So if you can see over here on my screen, that circle disappeared right here when you contour it. So let's go ahead and take out another. Let's go ahead. Guys, that's it. So we just click close, and when we get back over here, we'll see that we have a bunch of holes right here. So what we want to do is to come back to our circle right here that we created, and we are going to make duplicates of this, okay? So we cannot free up these to just change the colors. So what we're going to do is to make this circle that we have here blue to match the ones right here. And then we are just going to make duplicates, okay? And I think one of them came and sat right where it should go. No, there's a right there, okay. So we can zoom up again so that we can fit them in properly, okay? So let's go ahead and zoom right on up so that we can fit them nicely. All right, so let's fit that one right there. Get that one. Okay, so this one, let's use our arrow keys to fit it in correctly. And this one, we need to bring it to the right and up a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Okay, that looks great. And we can take this one and we can put it right here. Shift to the left a bit and a little bit down. Okay, that looks good. So let's go ahead and make some more duplicates. Guys, it's this simple and you better believe we're almost done. Okay, so that's all we need to do, guys. We just go ahead and put those in. All right, let's shift that to the right a little bit. All right, and we need two more. We need that one, and we need one here. Okay, guys, so our P is done. Our P is done. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the missing spots right here and get back to you with the next step. All right, I'm done putting in all of my circles. So what do you think, guys? Does this look like ombre? I think it does. So let me just shift this one over a little bit. So you can go ahead and just take a look at everything. Make sure that the ones that you've replaced is lined up properly, lined up according to how you'd want it. So now what we would want to do is to actually go ahead and weld all the blues together. So on the bottom layer here, all our blues are together because we had sliced this from the template. But all the blues that are inside of this red layer, we want to actually connect it to the blue layer. All right. So I actually do want to change my red layer to yellow. So keeping the faculty colors, blue and yellow. So let's change that over to yellow. What I do need to do is to take my blue layer and I need to bring it back up to where it should be. All right. So there was a slight separation there. So let's bring it back up before we weld it. All right, that looks good. So that also tells me, why don't I bring this one over a little bit more? Yeah, that looks even better. So let's take this one and shift it up a little bit. Let's see what that looks like. Much better. So remember to have your bottom layer. I had just moved it so that I could show you that there were two different layers, but make sure it's in the right place so that the holes that you are putting in will be correctly positioned. So this one could shift to the left a little bit. Actually, I think it was fine where it was. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so hid our yellow layer. Then we selected all of the blue layer and we are going to weld it. So let's go ahead again and we can delete this one. We don't need it. And then we are going to bring back our yellow layer. Okay, that looks fantastic. So again, we have two layers. that we can cut so that we have different colors and we end up with an ombre template right here in Cricut Design Space. So guys, there you go guys. You can create an ombre rhinestone template right in Cricut Design Space. But I do just want to point out a few things that you need to take into consideration. You need to consider the font. How big is this font going to get with the text that you are doing? So for example, right here, I wrote the words physics, and with the font that I was using, the size of it is 13 by 3.8 by 2.24. So I'm going to have to cut this on my 12 by 24 mat. Now I'm putting this on an extra large Gildon shirt, and so that size can actually work. So you might want to, when you are designing, to consider how big is your design going to be. Will it fit within that 11 by 11 so that you can fit it onto your 12 by 12 mat? All right. So it might be, if it is, depending on your design, you might be able to put your text in 2 rows, and so that will take care of that. Or you might want to find a different font on Creative Fabrica that might be a little bit smaller when you size those holes to fit the SS10 rhinestones. So you just want to be careful of that. I wasn't careful of that when I did this, and so my design is actually 13.38 inches wide. I just wanted to point that out to you. Otherwise, the steps are the same. You can go ahead and do this. So if this video is useful for you, please give it a thumbs up. It helps to push out the video. If you liked it and you want to see me show you how to do more templates inside of Cricut Design Space, please consider subscribing. I'll be here every week with a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.